this is the We Connect for June 20th and 21st. We're still in our key question of whose way is perfect? God's way is perfect. You just wrapped up a session on Jonah, or excuse me, you just wrapped up a session on Noah, and you'll be teaching Jonah this week. So you will be in the book of Jonah, chapters 1 through 3, basically. So just take a few moments to read through that and have God's word impart some wisdom upon you before you teach our kiddos. So you'll have Stormy Jane, your dog, and she will be assisting you through your storytelling lesson. You should also have your boat scroll from previous weeks. If you don't, it's no big deal. And you'll also have a story visual of Jonah inside the giant whale. So the first thing you're going to do with the kids is you're going to get them to do, it's an active game with different actions to help teach them about following directions. So you're going to just call out different instructions for them to do. I want you to walk. I want you to hop on 2 feet. I want you to hop on 1 foot. I want you to walk backwards. I want you to crawl like a bunny, or hop like a bunny, or crawl like a snake or something. And each time you yell turn, they have to turn around and do the same action in an opposite direction. So you're helping them to understand directions, because obviously Jonah had some hard time following God's direction. And you can say, to transition into your story at the end, you can tell them how fun that was, and you want to get into story time and hear the true story right from the Bible. And our story today is about a man named Jonah who was going one way, and then God turned him in another direction. So that'll transition you into your story. Now your story's all written out for you, and I know many of you have probably already told this story several times, so just go through the lesson and of course go through the Bible verses to just kind of prepare your heart to tell the kids. And then once you're done telling the story of Jonah, well, just one quick note, the whole point of this particular Jonah lesson is that we want to make sure that the kids know that when you decide to follow God's way, that's the best, because God's way is the best way. God's way is perfect. So when you're done with that, you will transition into your craft time. And your craft this week is you'll have a bunch of fish and a bunch of these slides. And so what you'll want to do is you want to have your kids, color your fish and color your slide. And then when they're done, you just help them to insert the slide into the fish, so they can tell the story of Jonah and God's way through their craft. So basically you put, you can see you lace it in like that. So this goes in the top and this goes in the top. And so when they can tell the story to their parents, there was no one in the fish's belly, and then Jonah had to go in the fish's belly, and then he was out, or vice versa, right? So just help them color through that. And then the last activity before your memory verse is actually a way to help the kids remember their verse this week. So what we'd like you to do is create a fish on the floor with masking tape. So you'll make an oval with your tape, and then you make a triangle to create the tail. So you're going to make a fish on the floor, and you'll have the kids stand on the outside of the fish, and then when you tell them to go, have them jump into the fish and say the memory verse, and then jump back out, and then jump back in. And you can change it up a little bit. You can say, if you're wearing the color purple, jump in the fish and say your memory verse. If you have a hat on, jump in the fish, that sort of thing, just to help them kind of get a better memory of their memory verse. Now hopefully this third week they have this memory verse down. It's really easy. It is Samuel 22:31. God's way is perfect. So it's pretty easy this week. So anyways, for those of you who helped out at North Glen VBS this last week, we just thank you so much for all of your time that you're committing to this incredible outreach. I hope that you guys have a wonderful time. I'm sure the kids are going to absolutely love it. So thank you guys so much for your service, and we will see you next week.